intermediate. So hopefully you have a little bit of experience with yoga before you do this video. And if not, just take it easy. Make sure you follow your breath and make sure that you're not forcing any pose. And then you should be fine even as a beginner to do this class. For today's class, the topic will be on balancing. Balancing two main things. So in yoga we call it stira and sukha, which means steadiness and ease. And I think this concept beautifully translates to life. In life there are things where we need to be steady and be strong and really focus on the detail, on the strength, on having that steadiness, and then we also need aspects and moments where we can simply let go, where we can be at ease. And it's really important to understand when we need to do one thing or the other and to keep a very healthy balance so that never in life we have too much of one thing or the other. Okay, so it's a little bit like a yin and yang concept, and really understanding that we need softness at all times to a certain extent. We need that ease in our lives, especially during these moments. And one of my favorite quotes, and I have it here on my fridge, is from Nippur, and it says, "Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference." And I think yoga is a great analogy to that when we practice yoga, and we need to understand, well, where are the limitations in my body today? Changes every day. What are the things that I need to accept? What are the things where where I need to be at ease in accepting and letting go because I cannot change? And what are the things in my control? And that's usually that steadiness. What are the things like the strength, the alignment, the correctness of the pose that I can control, but then always having the aspect of letting go of what I cannot control, or letting go of any unnecessary tension. So we're going to practice that concept throughout the class, okay? It's not a particular pose or sequence, it's more that throughout the sequence I'll be reminding you of these two concepts of stira and sukha, steadiness and ease. So let's start. We're going to start in child's pose. I don't know if you can see, but it's just getting dark. I have a long day behind me, so if you're doing this after work, child's pose is beautiful to start your practice. So for child's pose, you're going to bring your big toes together and open up your knees wide. And then from here, you're going to stretch your hands forward and let your head rest. Okay, now the head can rest either on the floor, but for many of you that may not be accessible. And that's where, if you have a yoga block, you can use a yoga block or a book or something to help you rest your head. So that could be the alternative. And then you're going to stretch your hands forward. And there's still certain steadiness in your fingers and your hands. And you're rolling your triceps down towards the mat. But at the same time, there's ease. You're sending your hips back towards your heels as much as you can. And you try to relax across the entire hip area in your lower back, your middle back, and just melting your body down onto the floor. And while you're here in child's pose, start finding your breath. Breathing in and out through your nose, lengthening your breath as you do so. Trying with every inhale to expand your rib cage a little bit more. And with every exhale, you really feel your body melting down. You're letting go of any tension. Letting go of your day, letting go of your thoughts. Deep breathing in and out through your nose. And observe your breath and see if you can lengthen your breath, making it deeper and slower. On the next inhale, you're going to inhale through your nose. But then on your exhale, exhale through your mouth, inside out. One more time like this. Inhale through your nose. And exhale like your whole day out, side out. And slowly, when you're ready, walk your hands towards you and slowly come back up. And come sitting on your heels with your knees together. If this is uncomfortable, you can sit cross-legged. And we're going to just open up a little bit through the shoulders, through the chest, because often we round at our desks. So you're going to bring your arms in cactus mode, so to say. Okay, so 90-degree angle, kind of on shoulder high. Inhale here. And exhale, first just close, then bring your forearms forward. Inhale, open, make sure you're not flaring your ribs, so keep your ribs hanging. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. The breathing is now in and out through your nose again. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, inhale. And now on your exhale, bring your right elbow on top of the left. And if you have the flexibility, cross it over again and bring your palms to touch. If not, you can stay here or you can hug opposite shoulders, that's fine too. If you're in full eagle arms, you make sure that you're not rounding forward. So keep your spine nice and long, keep the crown of your head long. And then from here, you're trying to press your forearms away from you while you draw your shoulder blades down and together. And breathe in and out through your nose. On your next inhale, you're going to open up the arms again. I'm just another angle. We're doing the same. On an exhale, this time the left arm over the right. And sorry, I forgot that I'm mirroring you. I'm sorry. Cross over and maybe touch your calves. And again, drop your shoulders, roll your shoulders down, shoulder blades back and under. And the forearms at the same time are trying to pull away from you. Ribcage in, belly in, and you just feel that stretch there. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing deeply in and out through your nose. Slowing down your breath, especially after a long day. Just observe how sometimes the breath can accelerate. Just try to slow it down. And then on your next inhale, open up your arms again. Exhale, lift your arms up. Interlace your fingers and press your palms up to the ceiling. But make sure this doesn't happen. Keep your shoulders nice and down. Lengthen the sides of your neck, belly in, and press your palms up. Breathe here. And take one more inhale here, and on your exhale, you're going to open your arms and then interlace your arms behind you. Again, I'm going to turn so you can see it. The hands are interlaced, and then you press your arms away from you, and then slightly up if you can. Just 2 more breaths here. And slowly let go. Roll your shoulders a few times. One more exercise here. If this is starting to feel uncomfortable, you can come to a cross-legged position. Just bring, I'm now mirroring you, bring your left arm with your left hand to the outside of your right knee. Inhale, lift your right arm up and bring it over and back. And just a very gentle twist. So on an inhale, lengthen, keep your shoulders away from your ears. On an exhale, draw your navel in and twist the lower, middle, upper spine. And you're breathing so that with every exhale, you twist a little bit more. And inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, right hand to lift outer side of the knee. Lift arm comes up and over behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw your navel in and just do a tiny twist. Rinsing out, again, letting go of what doesn't serve you. And slowly come back to center. So you should be facing the front of your mat. And from here we're going to move into downward facing dog. So you're going to spread your fingers wide apart. You're going to walk those knees back, tuck your toes under, and lift up into down dog. Now, if you're a beginner or if you have a lot of tension, be it in hamstrings, calves, or back, or all of the above, you bend your knees a lot because I'd like you to prioritize the extension of the spine as you press your chest towards your legs, rather than the extension of the legs. Because if I am tied, what's going to happen is kind of this, and I'm going to create a lot of tension along my back. So we don't want that. So bend your knees if you need to, but make sure your pelvis is tilting up. You press your shoulders towards your legs to create a V shape. You release your shoulders from your ears by rolling your triceps towards the back of the room. And if you have a little bit more flexibility, you may straighten your legs. You can warm up by bending one knee at a time. And you're still breathing in and out through the nose. Keep your navel drawing in. Keep your arms engaged. Now you're going to bring your big toes to touch. And on an inhale, lift your right leg up to the ceiling. Bend your right knee, the heel comes towards your bum, and then you open up the hip. Now important here is that the whole body will tend to bring the body weight to the left arm. Try to keep both arms equally engaged as you rotate. And inhale, square up your hips, keep the neck long. Exhale, bring that right foot in between your hands. It can be one step or several steps. Be careful. And then from here, drop your left knee down. Inhale, lift up. That's it, breathe. So steadiness here, steadiness in your front foot, all four corners of your foot pressing down. Your inner thighs actually draw energetically towards each other to help you with balance. Your rib cage hugs in, your belly lifts in. And then your arms, while you're working, there's certain ease here. There's ease in your fingers, in your wrists. If you're flexible and you can back bend a tiny bit, find some ease there as well. And breathe in and out through your nose. Slowly bring your hands down. Bring your left hand down. The right hand will come to your right hip crease. And then from here you're going to twist towards the right. And then if this feels okay, you're going to stretch your right arm up to the ceiling. You're still drawing your left shoulder away from your ear. And if this still feels like, oh, it's too easy, you're going to curl your back toes under and lift the back leg off the floor. And then with your navel in, breathe in and out through your nose. Slowly bring the right hand down. Now you're going to turn towards the long side of your mat. You're going to pigeon toe your feet slightly. On an inhale, lengthen out of your lower spine. On an exhale, fold forwards. Let your head go. That's the ease. Make sure your shoulders are at ease. But especially the front of your legs is working really hard. So I don't want you to lock into the back of your knees. I don't want you to load the joint, the knee joint. I'd like you to use your leg muscles to engage here. And breathe. On an inhale, lengthen your spine, look forward. You can come up onto your fingertips. On your exhale, you're going to walk your hands back to frame your right foot. You're going to plant your hands and take your right foot back to meet the left and come into your high plank position. High plank. So there's a lot of steadiness in this pose. So I'd like you to engage your legs. Engage especially the front of your legs. Okay? Engage slightly your glutes. Press your heels back. Draw your shoulder blades down and under. Now feel that you're lengthening the sides of your neck. So you look down and forward and your navel draws in, your rib cage tucks in, your core, which is abdominal and lower back and upper and middle back, everything is engaging. So this is a steadiness pose. You can cheat by sinking your hips or uppering and bring your hips up. But we don't want to cheat. So just keep it steady. Breathe in and out through your nose. We're almost there. Take another inhale. And on your exhale, draw back into downward facing dog. And you can let it go. Let that steadiness go and find some ease by moving your head, yes and no. You can maybe even move your hips from side to side if that feels good. And then again, bring your big toes to touch. Inhale, lift your left leg up high. Bend your knee and rotate your hips open. Now the right heel tries to keep staying on the floor as I open up through my left. Gosh, my floor is so dirty, I just realized I apologize. And we're trying to distribute the weight evenly between the two arms. And on an inhale, you square up your hips, you stretch the leg. On an exhale, 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. However, you will bring your left foot between your two hands. Okay? And from here, you're going to drop the right knee down. And inhale, lift your arms up. Draw your navel in, ribcage in, relax your shoulders. Again, energy through the inner thighs, strong front leg and foot. And energy through the back foot. Imagine you're pressing the foot down and wanting to bring your right thigh going forward. Maybe a mini back bend. And on your next exhale, bring your hands down. The right hand will come to the side, wrist under the shoulder. The left hand can come to the crease of your hip to start with. Then on an inhale, you lengthen out of your spine. On an exhale, you draw your navel in and you twist. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. And then maybe you can stretch the left arm all the way up to the ceiling. Maybe follow your fingers with your eyes. And maybe even, next level, is tuck your toes under the right toes and lift the right leg up. Strong right leg. And open up. And twist. Breathe. And find some ease here as you open up through your chest. Breathing in and out through your nose. And slowly bring your hand down. Now this time you're going to step your right foot to meet the left. And on an inhale you're going to lengthen out of your spine. And you're looking forward and down. You're trying to flatten your spine. Draw your shoulders back. On an exhale, fold forwards. As far as you can. Inhale again, hands on shins or hands on floor. But lengthen your spine. Draw your shoulders back. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale again. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, you're going to bend your knees and lift your arms up into chair pose, Utkatasana. Really important here is that your body weight is back on your heels, nothing forward on your toes. Back on your heels, you sit on a chair that's a little bit far behind you. You lift your arms up and you hack your ribcage in, tailbone tucked slightly under, belly is in, navel is in, and you sit a little bit lower as you stretch your arms up and you breathe in and out through your nose. And even if it's just ease in your face or ease in your mind, find ease. And inhale, lift all the way up, bring your palms together. Exhale, palms down to your heart center. Inhale, lift your arms up. Bring your palms together, interlace your fingers, release the index fingers, cross your thumbs. Your arms are close to your ears, your shoulder blades still under. We have the tendency to arch our spine sometimes, so make sure you tuck your tailbone under, you engage your glutes, and most importantly, you engage your legs a lot. Bring your body weight more towards your heels rather than your toes. Firm through the feet, steady through the feet. On an inhale, stretch out of your lower spine, up to the ceiling. On an exhale, go to one side, the right side. And making sure, and face you now, so the right side you're going, making sure that I'm not twisting to the right with my hip pointing now forwards. My hip stays horizontal, okay? So there's no twisting here, the chest doesn't look down, my chest stays lifted, my hip stays square, and from there I just push that left hip a little bit more towards the left as I stretch my arms up and over. And I'm drawing my navel in and I'm breathing in and out through my nose. And inhale, slowly come back to center, maybe let go a little bit, and we'll do the other side. So inhale, stretch up and out, exhale, navel in, and slowly up and over to the left, and press your hips towards the right. Keep your belly drawing in, make sure you're not sinking into your lower spine and bringing all the weight there. Your belly is helping you a lot, and you continue to keep your chest lifted as you press your hips to the right. And you breathe in and out through your nose. And inhale, come back to center and back with you at the front of the mat where you should be. Inhale, stretch out, take a mini back bend, and exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, take a half lift, lengthen. Exhale, step back into your high plank. Now there's a lot of ways to lower, okay? So the first way is to lower in a straight line. I will do it because I have neck injuries, unfortunately, at the moment, or issues, more so. But you could, potentially, with a lot of control, lower all the way down. Can't do it. Or you can come onto your knees and lower all the way down, but you're still using your triceps a lot to do so. Hands to your sides, feet together, legs together. And on an inhale, you're going to lift up just slightly. So actually, you're not using any strength in your hands. Your legs are engaged, your glutes are slightly engaged, but it's mainly your spine, your back, lower, middle, upper back doing the work here to lift you up. Keep your chin slightly tucked and breathe. Take one more inhale. Exhale, bring it down. Now bring your arms back, palms facing down. Again, feet together. Now forehead to the floor. And slowly you're going to lift everything off the floor. So chest, head, arms, legs. Strong through the legs. Lift your chest a little bit higher. Use your back muscles. Breathing out through your nose. I know it's not that easy. Lift, 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 and slowly exhale. Slowly move back to downward facing dog. I know this one is a little bit harder than last week's round. Downward facing dog. Okay. On an inhale, lift your right leg up. On an exhale, bring your right foot forward, left foot flat on the ground, and lift up into your warrior two. Okay. So warrior two, beautiful pose to open up through the hips. Your arms are opening through the sides, and you're trying to create a 90-degree angle between your heel, your knee, and your hip. Okay, so really sink your hips low. I know it's not that nice. Your heel is kind of in line with the left heel or with the middle of the foot. The back leg is working really hard. So engage the back leg, press into the outer side of your left foot. Open up your arms. Look towards your right middle finger and breathe. We're going to reverse our warrior. So on an inhale, you're going to flip your right palm up and lift to the ceiling and up and over and give your side body a stretch. And from here, slowly windmill your hands and come to a high lunge position. You see, even I'm out of breath. So you're in a high lunge position here, and we're going to lift up to a crescent lunge with the arms up. We're going to transition into some balances pose. So balancing poses are a great example of the steadiness and the ease at the same time. You need both. Okay? So we're going to take off on our right leg. Okay? So you're going to lift your arms up as they were. Inhale. And on exhale, shoom, like an airplane. You take off. You bring your body down and you leg up for warrior three. So we're moving towards warrior three, where we're trying to bring the body parallel to the floor. Try to rotate that left hip down more. Keep your arms active. Woo. Stay breathing. In and out through your nose. And this gets tricky, and if you fall, just have the ease to laugh. You slowly come up, and you hold your knee up. Nice. Breathe in and out through your nose. Believe me, I'm really focusing right now. You need a lot of focus to do this. And we're going to move into tree pose. So for tree pose, I may look at you again. For tree pose, you can choose whether you just leave your heel against your inner ankle, your shin, your inner shin, or all the way up towards your inner thigh, okay? Important is that you don't press against your knee, so nowhere near the knee, either above or below, okay? And then important also to roll your tailbone under and make sure that you're not sticking your bum out, so to say, and arching too much into the spine. And then press the inner thigh against the foot, draw your navel in, ribcage in, woo. Don't fall, and if you fall, just laugh, and breathe in and out through your nose. And on an inhale, lift up. On an exhale, everything down, so you should be at the top of your mat. Okay? Inhale, swing your arms up. Exhale, belly in, fold forwards. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, take it to your high plank position. And again, choose the where you're going to go down. So inhale, come up higher on your toes. Exhale, either full straight legs or bend your knees, draw your shoulders back and bring it all the way down. On an inhale, you do your baby cobra again, lifting your chest. And on an exhale, into your downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up And exhale, now you're going to be on your left foot for warrior two. Now I don't want to give you the back, so I'm going to go onto this side. You're bending into your left leg, and again, I'm not mirroring you. I need to figure out a better position for the what. So you bend into your left leg, create a 90-degree angle. Bring your right hip slightly down and forward. Engage through this right leg. Align your front heel with the back heel. Press into the outer side of the right leg. Open up your arms, but relax your shoulders. So ease in the shoulders, steadiness in the arms. Look towards your left middle finger. And breathe in and out through your nose. Sink your hips low every time as you exhale a little bit more. And flip your palm up, reverse your warrior. Inhale, lift up, 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 and over. Exhale, bring your hands down. You're in your high lunge again. You're still facing the front of your mat, just so you know. Okay, so from this position, really engage through your legs, engage through your core, and inhale, lift your arms up. Crescent lunge. And again, we're going to lift up in balance on our left leg. So on an inhale, and I don't think I've set the camera that far. So on an inhale, lift up into your warrior three. So you're trying to bring your body down, your leg up, and try to rotate now this right hip down to be parallel to the floor as much as you can. Keep your arms strong and long. This one is really, really challenging. Breathe. And slowly, on your inhale, you're going to lift up. Hack your leg in. Be happy that warrior three is over. And then move into your tree pose. So I'll face you again. Tree pose. Remember, any position with your foot that works for you. However, please don't press against your knee. Yeah? So any tree pose that works for you. Make sure you roll your tailbone under, your belly in, rib cage in. You can hold your foot as well if that's better for you. And then if you can, bring your palms to your heart center. Steady and steadiness and ease at the same time. Tree is a beautiful representation of that concept. Inhale, lift your arms up. And exhale, bring it all back down. You should now be at the front of your mat. Okay. Inhale, swing your arms up. Exhale, belly in, fold forwards. Inhale, take a half lift. And exhale, just walk back to a down dog, just as a transition. And then bend your knees down. Cross your legs. And stretch your legs forward in front of you. We're just going to finish up with some stretches. Make sure you're sitting on your sitting bones. Your spine is nice and straight. First, start with your arms behind you. Draw your belly in. Lift your chest. And then inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, strong legs and fold forwards. Now you can grab your shins, ankles, feet, toes, whatever works for you. And then on the inhale, you try to lengthen out of the lower spine. And on the exhale, you try to go a little bit deeper. Keep your shoulders relaxed though. And with every exhalation, just let go so you can create space for the stretch and for your body to release any tension. So important to identify what is it that we can let go. With every exhale, do so. Take one more inhale here. On an exhale, fall like a ragdoll. Imagine you're letting go. Nothing is holding you, and you just fall wherever you fall naturally. So let your head hang down, let your arms hang down, let your feet go. So everything is floppy, like a ragdoll, not being used, yeah? A marionette, there's nothing. Complete ease, so to say. And see if you feel some opening through or spacing between your vertebrae. Make sure you're letting your head go. Imagine you're through that letting your day go, your thoughts go, anything that doesn't serve you, you know. And slowly roll back up. Lie on your back. You're going to bend your right knee, flex your right toes, open up through your right hip. Now this is phase one. Phase two is you lift your left toes up and you grab through the back of your left thigh and you press with your right elbow the right knee away from you. And phase three is actually you interlace your fingers on top of that left shin. So I've thread my arm, so to say, underneath that hole, and then grab one side of the shin and the outside arm the other. And you keep pressing your right knee away from you. You keep your shoulders relaxed. And to make it more intense, you can have your left knee closer towards you. And breathe in and out through your nose. Slowly let go, shake it out, change sides. So the left ankle on top of the right thigh, just above the knee. And again, this left hand now threads through the hole we created. So phase one would just be here, pressing the left knee away from you if you're very tired. Phase two is grabbing the thigh, the back of your thigh, your hamstring. And phase three is grabbing on top of your shin, just below the knee. And then to make it a little bit more challenging, you continue to press the left knee away from you with your left elbow as you hack, with the help of your bicep strength, your right knee towards you. And then breathe in and out through your nose as you keep your neck long. And slowly let go, stretch both legs out, shake it out. Inhale, hug your right knee. And from here, the little bit more careful variation if you bring both knees to the left and you actually move your hips a little bit to the right. To intensify the feeling, you just do one leg and you bring your right knee over to the left. Open up. Oh, it cracked my spine. Open up your right arm to the right. And if it feels okay for your leg, you actually look towards your right fingertips, or you can just look up to the ceiling neutral. If you're with both knees, same thing. Okay? So whatever works for you. Breathe. Make sure both of your shoulders are down on the floor and rested. So it's not so important to how far you bring your knee down to the floor, but more that you're stable through your spine, so you have that steadiness, so to say, and then let the knee ease down wherever it falls. Breathe in and out through your nose. Slowly on your next inhale, gently bring everything back to center. Stretch the right leg out, lift the left knee and hug it in. Or again, as I said, both knees in. And then up and over to the right. One knee or both knees. I'm now demonstrating with both knees, staggering them one on top of each other. Making sure both of your shoulder blades, your shoulders have rested down on the floor. And then you look towards the opposite side if that feels good. Or you look up to the ceiling. And breathe in and out through your nose. And slowly on your inhale, gently bring it back to center. Your hips are square now. Stretch your legs out, let your feet fall open. Bring your arms to your side, palms facing up. Wiggle a little bit if you need to, and then come to Shavasana, your final pose, where you'll close your eyes now. And you should now be at complete ease. So letting go of any tension that may remain in your body or in your mind. Completely let it go. Exhale any tension out of your body. And melt your body down onto the floor. Every exhale, feel how you're melting your body down to the ground. And completely let go. Make your body heavy. Let your body melt down onto the ground. Let everything go. If you're enjoying Shavasana, I encourage you to stay here a little bit longer if you have the time. Otherwise, slowly start bending your knees and stretch your right arm out. Roll to one hand side just to carefully push yourself off the floor. Come to a seated position. And I hope this class made you feel a little bit better in your body, in your mind. And I hope you can maybe take this concept of stira and sukha, this concept of steadiness and ease into the rest of your week, to the next few days, to remember that there are things where we hopefully have the serenity to accept if we can't change them, and then have the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. That's my wish for you today. Namaste, and thanks for practicing.